Imagine Apple or Samsung one day announcing, your next smartphone can also detect objects behind walls. Suddenly, your everyday device becomes a tool for DIY projects, home security, or even interactive AR games. We're not talking about some magical app that lets your camera penetrate solid objects like it's air. The reality is a bit more grounded in science, but trust me, it's still mind-blowing. In fact, during disaster relief operations like earthquakes or building collapses, these systems have literally saved lives. Rescue teams have used radar-based scanners to detect breathing patterns through rubble, allowing them to find survivors who would have otherwise gone unnoticed. Several companies and research groups are exploring different approaches to integrate this see-through ability into smaller, more accessible gadgets. Some are focusing on ultra-wideband UWB radar technology, the same tech that powers precise location tracking in some of the latest smartphones. Ever had that moment? You're looking for a stud in the wall to hang a picture, or maybe you're just plain curious about what's on the other side. And you wish, just for a second, your phone could give you X-ray vision. Well, buckle up, buttercups, because the future we've only dreamed about in movies might be closer than you think. Before we continue, just picture this. You're about to mount your brand new TV on the wall. You drill in, only to hear that awful hiss of water spraying everywhere because you hit a pipe. Yeah. The thought of it is already exhausting. Mind you, it's not just about avoiding home repair nightmares. Think about rescue missions, construction safety, and even new ways of interacting with our environment. The idea of seeing through walls isn't just a cool gadget trick. It could literally change the way we live, work, and stay safe. Now imagine having a tool in your pocket, your very own phone, that could prevent disasters like that. That's what we're talking about today. In this video, we'll break down the science, check out some mind-blowing uses, and talk about the big questions it raises for our everyday lives. Now, before you start imagining Superman casually scrolling through Instagram, let's clarify. We're not talking about some magical app that lets your camera penetrate solid objects like it's air. The reality is a bit more grounded in science, but trust me, it's still mind-blowing. The core principle behind this technology revolves around something we use every single day: electromagnetic waves. Think Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, even the signals that make your phone calls possible. These waves can actually pass through certain materials, and when they do, they bounce off objects on the other side. Here's the cool part. Every bounce tells a story. The way a signal weakens, the angle it comes back at, even how it distorts. All of that is valuable data. It's like the wall is whispering secrets, and technology is finally learning how to listen. To make this even simpler, imagine shouting in a cave. Your echo bounces back and tells you the cave is deep. If you shout again and hear two echoes, maybe there's a rock in the middle. That's exactly how phones and scanners see behind walls. They're just using invisible waves instead of sound. Scientists and engineers have been developing ways to capture these reflected waves and interpret the data they carry. By analyzing the strength, the time it takes for the waves to return, and how they change after hitting different materials, sophisticated algorithms can create a sort of image of what's behind the wall. Now, this isn't like seeing a crystal clear photograph. Think more like a blurry, almost thermal vision-esque outline. Early versions of this technology were bulky and expensive, used primarily by law enforcement or construction professionals to detect things like hidden pipes, electrical wires, or even locate people in emergency situations. In fact, during disaster relief operations like earthquakes or building collapses, these systems have literally saved lives. Rescue teams have used radar-based scanners to detect breathing patterns through rubble, allowing them to find survivors who would have otherwise gone unnoticed. Military teams have also experimented with this technology to track movement through walls during operations. It shows just how versatile the science can be. But here's where it gets really interesting. The miniaturization of technology and advancements in processing power are bringing this capability closer to our everyday devices. Yes, including our smartphones. Several companies and research groups are exploring different approaches to integrate this see-through ability into smaller, more accessible gadgets. Some are focusing on ultra-wideband UWB radar technology, the same tech that powers precise location tracking in some of the latest smartphones. UWB sends out short pulses of radio waves across a wide frequency range. By analyzing the echoes, it can create a detailed map of the environment, including objects hidden behind thin materials like drywall. And because UWB is already being used for things like AirTags, car unlocking, and even motion detection, the leap from tracking your lost keys to scanning a wall is not as far-fetched as it sounds. It's basically using the same foundation, just with a smarter brain on top of it. Imagine Apple or Samsung one day announcing, your next smartphone can also detect objects behind walls. Suddenly, your everyday device becomes a tool for DIY projects, home security, or even interactive AR games. The day it happens, it will feel like the jump from flip phones to smartphones all over again. Imagine being able to scan a wall before drilling to avoid hitting a water pipe. A DIYer's dream come true, right? Or perhaps first responders being able to locate survivors trapped under rubble. The potential applications are vast and incredibly impactful. Even beyond emergencies, think about everyday life. Landlords checking for mold growth behind walls, parents making sure no creepy crawlies are hiding in the attic, or even gamers someday using see-through augmented reality to build immersive experiences. Once the tech is in your phone, creative uses will explode. And for businesses, construction companies could cut costs by reducing accidents. Insurance companies might even use it for inspections. Health researchers are already imagining if this same principle could be used for non-invasive medical scans someday. The ripple effect is huge. Of course, with any powerful technology, there are important considerations. Privacy is a big one. We need to ensure that these capabilities aren't misused and that safeguards are in place to protect people's personal space and property. Imagine someone pointing their phone at your home and being able to map what's inside. Yeah, not cool. In fact, that's quite scary. That's why developers are working not just on functionality, but also strict limits and permissions, ensuring it doesn't turn into a tool for spying. Governments and regulators will also play a big role here. Just like drones needed new rules when they became popular, see-through tech will likely come with laws to prevent abuse. Innovation always brings responsibility, and this will be no different. The development is ongoing, and while we might not have fully functional X-ray vision on our phones just yet, the progress is undeniable. It's a testament to human ingenuity and our constant drive to push the boundaries of what's possible. Think about it for a minute. Less than 20 years ago, phones were basically for texting and calling. Today, they're cameras, wallets, translators, and even health monitors. Adding see-through vision to that list? It might sound crazy, but history shows us crazy often becomes normal, faster than we expect. And who knows? The next generation might grow up considering wall scanning as normal as using Google Maps. Just like kids today can't imagine life without Wi-Fi, tomorrow's kids might laugh at the idea of drilling into walls blindly. Meadow, what do you think about this technology? Is it exciting? A little bit concerning? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'm always curious to hear your perspectives. These days, everything is connected, and that makes your data more vulnerable than ever. That's why our AI agent is always on duty, watching out for threats before they strike. You can also request a free consultation with our experts. We're ready to guide you. Or, if you'd rather see how Tileris AI agent works in real time, go ahead and request a demo through our contact form. We're here to help you build that unshakable digital fortress. Just head over to tileris.com. You'll find all the necessary links in the description below. If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button. And if you want to see more content like this, be sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss a video. Thanks for watching. Stay curious, stay safe, and I'll catch you in the next video.